What's going on, guys and gals? How you guys doing today? It's January 2019, and it's all about trying to eat healthy, or I try to eat healthy all the time. And on Saturdays, we'll normally have us a fish dish. I'll either saute it or I'll cook it in the oven, and every now and then I'll fry something. Try not to fry it very much. But this time I wanted to do something different. I saw some cabbage rolls on television last night, and I said, you know what? I bet you I could try some cabbage rolls. Like saute some fish and put them inside some cabbage rolls. So this is my first time trying this. It may not work, but I think the concept is great. So you guys follow me and see if you'd like to try something like this as well. Okay, we're going to start off with, of course, a head of cabbage, which you're not going to need to use that whole head of cabbage. So we're just going to take off about 6 of the bigger leaves. We've got some white fish down there. That's flounder. You could use Chilean sea bass, any type of white fish, whiting, tilapia. We've got a Trinity mix, which is a combination of green peppers, celery, and onions. We got some garlic there. We got a bag of cauliflower rice. You can actually use some regular rice if you want to, but we're trying to keep it healthy. We got a couple of cans of diced tomatoes, and these are seasoned diced tomatoes. One of them has basil, garlic, and oregano, and the other one has roasted garlic and onions. And then whatever kind of seasonings you like. I got some lemon pepper. I got some dill weed. Got some Himalayan pink fish seasoning. And now some of these things may not be available in your area, but whatever you normally put on your fish, that's the kind of thing you want to use on this particular dish as well too. And of course, we've got a little bit of apple cider vinegar that I'm going to put in the diced onions. All right, so what I did is I took off 3 of the larger leaves, but the other ones, once you start getting toward the inside of the cabbage, they're not so easy to come off. See, that one kind of tore. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to core it out, of course. I took out the core right here, and we're going to put it in our boiling water here for about 3 minutes or so. You don't want to really cook it. You just want to kind of blanch it if you could. Our water's already boiling a little bit. So we're going to throw that in there, throw our leaves in there like that. And again, we'll put a lid on it, and we just want to blanch it for about 3 minutes or so. Alrighty, that's been about 3 minutes and looks good already. And so we're just going to let that rest, and we're going to take the head of that cabbage out of there. In the meantime, we're going to take some oil, and we're going to saute our other veggies, the celery, onions, and garlic, and bell peppers. I just put the cabbage in a colander, and we're going to let that drain a little bit and let it cool down because it's going to be very hot. All right, now we're going to add our Trinity here. And just let those saute. Got a few little garlic as well, too. Hard to do it with one hand here. We'll get professional one day. All right, we're just going to saute these until they're nice and glistening. Now's when you can start to add your seasonings, your dill weed, your fish seasonings, your lemon pepper. Now you're going to put some of that on the fish as well, so don't overdo it. Alrighty, we're going to take our flounder here and just kind of pat it dry and add our seasonings. So we got them all seasoned up here. That smells really good already. Alrighty, so that's nice and glistening here. We're just going to take this and put it in our little steel bowl. We're just going to put this off to the side. You're going to continue to use this pan for the cauliflower. Now I'm not going to use that whole bag of cauliflower because I don't need the whole bag. Put that right there. Now we're just melting down some clarified butter here. Guess that's how you pronounce it. G-H-E-E. You can use butter as well too. Okay, we're going to take about half of a bag of our cauliflower. That's about half. Again, you don't need all of it unless you're cooking for a lot of folks. This is just, I'm cooking this for my wife and myself, my wife and me. And we're just going to saute that. And again, you don't want to cook this too much because you don't want it to be all soft and everything. We're going to add a little bit of dill weed to it. Again, I love dill weed. Sometimes I'll just put a lot in there. I love dill weed. We're going to add a little bit of lemon pepper. Just a little bit. You don't want to over season it. And we're going to add a little bit of, this is actually Lowry seasoning salt without the sugar. The regular Lowry seasoning salt has sugar in it. We're not wanting to use any kind of sugar. And again, you'll start to see the cauliflower change color as well. And when it starts to change color, you see some of it's still white, but some of it will start turning almost a dingy white. And that's what you're shooting for. You still want it to have a little bit of a crunch. Okay, when it looks about like that, you can go ahead and add that to your bowl here. And this is going to be our part of our stuffing right here, guys, to go in the cabbage roll. All right. You know, I was going to switch out all these pans, but I really didn't have to. So we're going to put our fish in here. Again, we got some more ghee in there. You don't have to use ghee, guys, so you can use any type of oil that you normally cook with. Okay, flounder cooks very fast, so we're going to do about 3 minutes per side. Alrighty, that's been about 3 minutes, and again, if some of it falls apart, that's fine, guys, because we're going to end up breaking this fish up. Look at that. Smells delicious. I want to eat it right now. 3 more minutes. Alrighty, our fish is done. I'm just gonna take it out of here. Oh, as we set the kitchen on fire. Alright, we're just gonna break this up. See, it comes apart really easily. I'm not going to show all of it. You guys get the point. All right, once we get it all crushed up, we're going to add it to our cauliflower and our onion mixture here. And I'm going to get this all mixed in there. Now don't get excited yet. We hadn't rolled these things yet. Okay, we'll come back. All right, now here's the true test. We're going to take a spoonful here. And we're going to put it right here, kind of in the center. Okay, and then we're going to take our cauliflower, our cabbage, and just roll it. Just roll it. See that? That works well. And see, you worry about that little spine right there, but it's going to go into a dish in the oven for a little while, so don't worry about that. Alrighty, we got 6 of those cabbage rolls right there. And they were easy to roll too, guys. Very easy. And I can tell you right now, the stuffing is delicious. Oh my God. I cannot imagine what it's going to taste like when I put it in the tomato sauce. Alrighty, we got our tomatoes out of the can. And this type of tomato sauce, or the diced tomatoes, it doesn't have any salt added to it. So you'll have to add a little bit to it. So we're going to use some of this Lowry's without the sugar seasoning. Now is when we add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and I eyeball it, about tablespoon or so, maybe a tablespoon and a half. That'll give it some acidity. And we're just going to pour this mixture on top of our dish. And we're going to bake it for about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, I've got the oven set at about 375. Preheated it. So we're going to go about, again, 20 to 30 minutes. Alrighty, it's been about 20 minutes or so. Let's see what we're looking at here, guys. Alright, we're going to take the lid off. We're going to let it cook a little bit longer. I mean, it's already done, to be honest with you. It's already done. But we're going to let it cook a little bit longer. About 10 more minutes. All right. Been an extra 10 minutes here, and I think it's done this time. Oh, yeah, it's bubbling. That looks good. So now we're going to plate it and see what it tastes like. All right, let's take one of these out here. Oh, I would get the small one out. Just get a little bit of the juice around it. And we're going to let that just sit for a second to cool down. Okay, the true test, guys, the true test. Just going to cut right through. We're going to try to cut right through the cabbage. It's hard to do it with one hand. Okay. It smells delicious. I want to taste it. Now I just destroyed it. Very good. Delicious. I can't do it one-handed though. But it is delicious. The flavor, the texture, is good. If I had both hands eating on this stuff, wouldn't be a problem.